channeling their business ideas into startup companies, business incubators have sprung up to provide guidance, financing, and any other means to succeed. The largest of such organizations is called Y Combinator. It boasts to have funded more than 700 startups, including room-sharing website Airbnb and social media hub Reddit. The combined valuation of the companies under Y Combinator's wing is over $30 billion. Now, some analysts say that could put the value of Y Combinator itself at $1 billion, meaning that for some, helping startups achieve their goals is a startup idea within itself. And in the spirit of giving, sharing, and a dose of entrepreneurism, one incubator, Grand Central Tech, is taking a whole new approach to the tech startup scene. A new tech incubator has launched in New York, and unlike its competitors, Grand Central Tech has got a new approach to attracting and nourishing the best business ideas. Over the next year, 19 lucky startups can call this space home. The 15,000 square foot sprawling office located right next to Grand Central Station is given to these entrepreneurs rent-free and with zero equity. The effort is made possible by co-founders Charles Bonello and Matt Harrigan, two high school friends who teamed up with Michael Milstein, the son of billionaire real estate mogul Howard Milstein.
Our goal is to make this the center of tech innovation, entrepreneurial energy, and economic growth both in New York and the world, frankly. And the way that we want to do that is kind of driven by our twofold mission. The first part of that is to get the very best people who are working on the biggest problems, and to do so by giving them access to all the great resources that they need at the best terms possible. So every company here is getting a full year of free office space, access to some great interns and awesome mentors, as well as the robust programming that we have set up.
With an ecosystem that is aimed at turning new ventures into money-making businesses, it's no surprise that startups from all over the U.S. wanted to be a part of Grand Central Tech's program.
So we had just over 450 companies apply to be in Grand Central Tech. It was an overwhelming response. And we ended up selecting 16 companies, and we have what are 3 fellows who are people with a really promising idea, but what we wouldn't quite call a business yet.
While Silicon Valley has traditionally been the home of many notable tech startups, Harrigan says New York offers a clear vantage point.
A real advantage that the East Coast has versus the West Coast, I would say, is the density of corporations in the New York City area, either that are headquartered here or have principal operations here. It presents a unique opportunity for startups to benefit from having corporations providing strategic advice, and for corporations to benefit from the innovation that startups are unleashing.
In this buzzing workplace, which was once Facebook's New York office, entrepreneurs come from all walks of life, including many female entrepreneurs. Women entrepreneurs have traditionally lagged behind their male counterparts and have only recently begun to catch up. Jill Sherman is co-founder and CEO of Modalist, an online marketplace that connects designers to retailers. Sherman says she's had her share of challenges as a woman entrepreneur.
In fashion tech, there are a bunch of female founders. What I have found, though, is in terms of raising money and speaking with investors, that's male-dominated, and so they don't understand my industry. 35 years old, female, married, so a lot of them question what's going to happen in terms of raising a family when I have a child. And so that I found to be a challenge, as well as there's an age bias as well as a female-founded bias as well.
To help support women entrepreneurs, Grand Central Tech has allowed Sherman to bring her 3-week-old baby to work. Sherman says the incubator has been very accommodating towards her.
I'm here in this environment at Grand Central Tech, which is very open to having Dashiell here. So I bring him with me. He sleeps beside me as I work. They've provided me with a room for breastfeeding or for pumping, so that's also very fortunate. And so I'm able to run my business and have my child.
According to the 2014 state-owned business report commissioned by American Express, women-owned businesses have started to increase. This year, there are over 9.1 million women-owned companies operating, up from 8.6 million last year. Despite the overall increase, research shows only 3% of technology companies are founded by women. Bonello says the goal of Grand Central Tech is to ultimately be all-encompassing.
There's obviously the economic growth component of this. What you're seeing is a tremendous part of the economy being driven by technology and by the people therein who typically would otherwise be going to a place like a big bank, a big consulting firm. What you're seeing is people more willing to invest in themselves and their own abilities than ever before.